All right, we'll go ahead and call the meeting to order.
Rachel? Here. Katie? Here. Sarah? Here. Doug?
Here.
Lori? Here. Carrie? Here. Jeff?
Here. All right, if everyone will stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, which will be led by the chamber singers, and then we'll remain standing for a moment of silence for armed services personnel, and our guests are coming in right now.
Sorry, I was rounding up the cats.
You're just fine. You did good. They're all following.
My favorite meetings are when we bring the singers in.
Okay, go around today.
Nope.
I will flip around, sorry. Totally my fault, flip around, go this way. Yeah, I did it wrong. You'd think I'd
The
learn.
cats are doing fine, but the shepherd's not doing well.
Their leader,
trainer.
leader had a long musical weekend like they did, so.
Sure.
They know how to do it, just let them. Flags behind you, so turn around, and then lead the pledge, please.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Mr. Glass, you have the...
All right, can we entertain you for a few minutes?
Yes, please.
Please.
All right, so this is the high school chamber singers, they're the audition group, the SAT, the soprano, alto, tenor, bass group. They recently performed at District Choral Festival where they received a Division I rating, which is excellent, and made them eligible for state fest. So they've got a couple songs, we made them a little bit shorter so we don't take up too much of your time, but we hope you enjoy. This first one is The Road Home, and it was written as for a wedding anniversary. So it's a sweet little poetic love song.
Tell me where is the road I can call
second song is called Ad Astra. It's based off of the Kansas state motto, which is to the stars. So it's Latin mixed in with English, but they'll sing the English translation of the Latin. So you'll hear that. Basses, real quick. Can you back up around a little bit, Johnny and Deal, just to help with that, and then Zach go back a little bit, and then Tommy. This one is normally accompanied by piano, so they're going to try it a cappella. They've done it before, so we'll see how it goes. Keep it tall.
When you're tired and troubled and you have lost your way, don't let hard times lead you astray.
Though you may be weary, just know you're not alone, for the stars will guide you home.
Leave all cares behind.
Ad astra per aspera, ad astra per aspera, ad astra per aspera, ad astra, ad astra, ad astra. To the stars, 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 movrete in cura, look forward, look upward, leave all cares behind. Ad astra, ad astra, soar, 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 soar. Ad astra, ad astra, ad astra. Ad astra.
Nicely done. Do you guys have any more competition? Do you?
So state festival is either going to be May, I want to say it was 6th or 7th. We've got to finish getting signed up for that and get a date for it. The middle schoolers are also joining chamber singers for that. They also got Division I ratings. So we've got that to look forward to in early May, and then the concerts May, I think 20th and 22nd.
Where is States at?
It is at Saginaw Valley State
Okay.
University
Okay.
this year. So
Wonderful.
Yep.
That was awesome, you guys.
Yeah.
Great
I
job.
love the piano.
Good luck at your states.
Come
Thank
back
you for
every
coming.
yeah.
And then if you guys will all just come down and shake your hands,
Can we
please.
go this way?
Yes, that'll be just fine.
Thank you.
Good job.
Well done. Thank you.
Thank you.
Congrats on the ones. That's great.
Congratulations.
Thank you. You sound wonderful. Good job.
Great job. Thank you for
Wonderful
coming.
job tonight. Thank you.
Good job.
Congrats on the
Thank you for
ones.
coming.
It's good.
Thank you for coming.
Good job. Good to see you again.
Great job. Thank you for coming. Great job. Thank you.
Sound amazing.
Thank you.
Amazing group.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
it's good.
Great job.
Thank you.
Great job.
Thanks for coming tonight. Appreciate it.
Great job.
Appreciate you. Thank you. Thanks for coming.
Great
See
job.
you.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming.
Great
See
job.
you
Thank
again.
you for coming.
Great job. Good to see you. You guys sound wonderful.
You were fun to watch.
Great job. Wonderful job. Thanks. Once again,
Thank you for coming.
well done. Thank you.
Great job.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming. Great job.
Excellent. Good job.
Great job. Thanks for coming.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming. Thank you for being here. Wait, are you a senior? Yeah. I was saying, you've been here like every year I've been here. We're going to lose you.
Which is 2 years.
We don't want to lose you. Okay.
You know what? If I had a choice.
So a couple of those kids, you see them here every year. They're so good. Oh.
All right, are there any items to be added or changed to the agenda?
There's not.
Recognition and acknowledgement, new staff? No new staff here? Okay. Building updates. Mr. Byram, you have the floor. You have the podium, our new podium.
Yeah, we gotta make sure we use it.
So obviously you met our chamber singers, so we're gonna start with that. Not only did they compete, but we also hosted. So not only did they get to sing, but they also had to greet multiple families and schools across the state that were coming to compete with us. And I always say they conducted themselves as true Blue Devils, and so that kind of ties to the slide there where we call it the Blue Devil Agreement. We've been attempting to kind of tie this in a catch fire method, but it's just kind of 3 staples, right? Being safe, physically and emotionally, speaking up, but most importantly, working as a team. And when you have so many moving parts going on, we've got academics going on, we've got families from all over the place, schools coming in during a school day, and so keeping security high, but also being welcoming is kind of difficult. And so our students were able to do that for all of them. So just want to touch on that. The other big thing is I could talk a lot about robotics, but if I start to explain it, it's hard because this year the STEM program, it's tied into what they call it's like a reef project. So it's looking at utilizing STEM in more of an oceanographer type thing, but obviously we can't have kids scuba diving. So they kind of create scenarios. So I was hoping to share that YouTube slide with you and then also just kind of show you our robot. So.
Welcome to the 2025 First Robotics Competition Game, Reefscape, presented by Haas. 2 alliances of 3 teams each compete to earn points by harvesting algae, seeding coral on their reef, and returning to their barge to ascend to the ocean's surface. Alliances earn additional rewards for meeting specific scoring thresholds and for cooperating with their opponents. Prior to the start of the match, teams can choose to hang a shallow cage or a deep cage on their barge. Robots start each match at their starting line and may be preloaded with 1 coral. During the first 15 seconds of the match, robots are autonomous and can be programmed to leave the starting line, remove algae from their reef, and place coral on their reef. If all enabled robots on an alliance leave the starting line and score at least 1 coral in auto, the alliance earns the auto ranking point. During the following 2 minutes and 15 seconds of the match, drivers control their robot. Robots can place algae in their net and collect coral from human players at their coral station to place on their reef. Coral placed higher on the reef are worth more points. If an alliance can score enough coral on all 4 levels, they will earn an additional ranking point. Robots can also deliver algae to their processor. Once processed, the algae can be taken by the opposing human player and scored into the net. When 2 algae are delivered to each processor, both alliances earn a co-op point. The co-op point reduces the number of coral needed on the reef to earn the ranking point and influences a team's rank in the tournament. As time runs out, robots race back to their barge to hang on their cage and ascend to the ocean surface. Points are awarded to robots that can hang on a shallow cage, and even more points are awarded to robots that can hang on a deep cage. An alliance that scores enough barge points will earn the barge ranking point. The alliance that earns the most points overall wins the match.
So there's no way I could have done that.
Yeah, that's it.
Learners, that's probably more helpful. The images that I have there, I don't know if you want to, if you can see them very well. I kind of had it like an animation sort of setup, but our robot is the red bubbled thing. Right now, their transmission can't take the weight of the lever, so they're currently in the process of moving the motor to a different spot to be able to generate more power. So I was watching them try to suss that out today and a little bit last week. The back corner, they had a young man from St. Mary's, he's a foreign exchange student. He was working on the cage part, and then we've got 4 other students, 2 of them female, the rest male. So it's a small team, but we've got both groups being represented, which is huge. Their big goal is to increase more involvement, so we're advertising it a lot more, trying to get it out to parents, just because I think some of our students are a little gun shy. But we've even had, a student transfer from another school because robotics is kind of what we want to do. So it's very cool watching them kind of figure out, and they went and watched the last competition, so now they have a better strategy. The last group that they watched, they scored big time points in the algae portion, and they thought their whole strategy was going to be around coral. So now they're pivoting and kind of coming up with a different solution. So kind of cool to watch them work that out, and our STEM coaches that are sitting there going, yeah, let's do this, let's do that. Big thing is we fail a lot in that, and that's the best thing because we can learn from those failures. So that's what I got for you today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sean.
Going to carry on as much. So Mr. Glass kind of let the cat out of the hat. So we had a good month at the middle school with our band and choir. So our 7th grade, 8th grade band, and both the choirs all got ones at district. So and I don't think, I've been there a long time, and I don't think that's ever happened. We've had one or the other. And the band, I think it's been a minute. It's been 10 years or so. So they're going to compete down at Bay City Western High School, I think, May 1st. And then the choir will be going like a week later. So, yeah.
Awesome.
Great stuff. Congratulations.
Thanks, Joe. Is Carla? Okay. Celeste, you got it?
So I'm glad that Mr. Byram led with his robotics program, because to launch from that, we had a lot of staff, teachers and paraprofessionals, our IAs, stay very late into the evening on February 28th. So that was Friday before we would come back to school in March, and they revamped. I don't know if you've ever had an opportunity to see how decorated the school gets for March's Reading Month. Our theme this year is STEAM, so full steam ahead for March's Reading Month. So each section there's like a science, a technology, an engineering. Each section has a component that is represented in the hallways. And we will have the STEAM Museum. Mrs. Van Steenis has been working very hard to coordinate this on April 1st. So we'll have a hands-on kind of ending activity after break for our students to wrap up our March's Reading Month activities, which of course revolves around our theme this year, which is full steam ahead. Another noteworthy thing at North Ohio would be we had a family, and this family periodically will bring things to school, step in, check in, and they have not had students in our building in many years. And so it's just really a testament to the relationships that people can build within their community, and then with the families that attend our elementary schools, and then carry those relationships through as their students get older. So just a testament, I think, again, to the staff for making those connections. And some hard data, our January behavior referrals were down from January to January by 38. So significant reduction in those behavior referrals as a whole. And our February's data is showing that we are down by 22 major referrals. So that would be the bigger kinds of behaviors that we see. So again, a testament to the staff and everybody working together and coming together to ensure our kids are doing what they need to do.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, I'm back. I'm Tina. I'm a 3rd grade teacher at South Maple, so I will be filling in for Diane. So first thing up, if you guys go ahead and take a peek at the screen, what I have up there is our new disposition, which is SME Rocks. So our students are working hard to earn certificates, which is what those are. So if a teacher or a staff member sees a student going above and beyond and showing resolute, or they're super organized, or very cooperative, knowledgeable, self-controlled, that's what the ROCKS stands for, then a teacher or staff member will give that student the referral sheet, and they get recognized by walking in front of the office. They feel so super cool and so awesome about that. So that's one thing that we've been working on, is having our students rock or rocks. The next thing that we have up there is just to showcase how well the Bookworms curriculum is going that we had adopted and you guys had adopted for us. And what she's gonna have is, if she can pull it up, there we go, is this is actually a kindergartner's, our work piece that we have on display to show just how rigorous this curriculum is and how much they are achieving in that. So if you can keep scrolling, yeah. So they draw an illustration with it. As a third grade teacher, I'm not too familiar with what they do in kindergarten, but they've been working on their phonics skills, and Sammy is getting breakfast, so they've been working on sounding that out, and they have some really good work there. Next, he was playing at free choice. So there are some spelling errors, but they are phonetically correct, which is what we are looking for in that kindergarten arena. And then finally, at the end of Sammy's day, it shows last he got ready for the buses. So we thought that was a pretty cool piece to highlight how well the curriculum is going in kindergarten specifically, but as a third grade teacher, it's really good, and the kids are really enjoying all the different books and textbooks that they get in their hand instead of just one big journal, which is what we've had in the past. And then finally, to bounce off of what Celeste had said, March's Reading Month is kicked off. We are doing at South Maple, Dive into Reading. It's a nice ocean theme, and just like she stated, Mr. Craycraft was one of our guest readers, and we have several coming in as well, but we have it decorated to the nines with a whole bunch of ocean themed things. Yeah, it's pretty cool. The staff really put some good work in. But we use March's Reading Month to help PTO raise funds for field trips and stuff like that, and to also foster a love of reading. And we have a school-wide goal of 100,000 minutes to read as a school, and so far after 1 week, we've hit already 30,000 of those minutes. So we're well on our way.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you. Oh, Jeff, we're gonna have Carla. Just gonna give you a brief on the preschool.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Carla, you have the podium.
Thank you. Hi, my name is Carla Hawkins, and I'm the program director for the preschool program. And I was excited to share tonight as we kick off enrollment for the new year that just started this month. We had an open house last Thursday, and we had a huge turnout. It was really exciting. Lots of new faces, but also a lot of returning families with their children. So that was a lot of fun. Just wanted to share that with you all. Thank you.
Thank you.
Carla.
Thank you.
All right, now we'll move on to our public input, and just as a reminder, at this meeting, we have two public inputs, so you can either go now or go later. And first up would be Larry Correll.
Good evening. You know me as a spokesman for conservative values and the rights of families. Pardon me, I wrote this out so I didn't mess it up. I'm speaking to address your mission rather than your agenda. I want to report to you today what I'm hearing and observing in our society in the midst of what might be called a newer political situation. Previously, it was difficult to engage individuals in serious discussions regarding foundational principles of our constitutional republic. Currently, you only need to be quiet, listen, and observe, and you can find people engaged and get over guiding principles or what should be happening in our country. I'm happy to report that there is a strong element of attentive engagement with the affairs of our society and which principles and precepts should be informing our corporate and public decisions. People are less and less inclined to say, oh, let's just go along with what is happening. There's a growing desire to know and understand our founding principles with the intent to restore them. I'd like to remind you that we were intended to be a function as a constitutional republic. Our leaders are elected by the people to function on our behalf, subject to basic principles of limited authority. In the Northwest Ordinances, I know you're familiar with, was a significant piece of legislation passed by the Confederation Congress of the United States, a foundational document especially for the state of Michigan. One of its notable provisions addressed education, reflecting the early American emphasis on knowledge and civic development. It said that religion, morality, this is a quote, religion, morality, and knowledge being necessary to good government and the happiness of mankind, schools and the means of education shall forever be encouraged. I'm skipping part of this. We would like you to know that we need support and expect schools that enable our youth to read, handle math, possess a basic understanding of the world they live in, that they might be good citizens and contribute to the general welfare of we the people. Please faithfully execute the charge given you when you were elected to this board. Thank you.
Thank you. Next up will be Karen Olson.
I'm here to discuss food given to the kids in school again, to follow up what I did before. And since I was here last, I noticed that vegetables have been added, but that's not exactly how it works. We need to feed kids only healthy choices. In Japan, the incidence of obesity and overweight is 4%, in America it's 40%. They have nutritionists in every school that is usually a teacher who's been trained extra, and they only feed fresh, healthy, non-processed foods, low in sugar, salt, refined carbs, bad fats, preservatives, colorings, pesticides, herbicides, plastics, BPA, and all the stuff that we allow in this country. If you give pancakes and syrup or French toast and syrup to kids, what happens to their sugar? The sugar goes up, goes subnormal in a lot of kids, and then in that state, they're hyper, they're irritable, they can't concentrate, they have a lot of problems. If we gave, as we should, only high protein, good fat like olive oil and avocados, we give eggs in some form, boiled, scrambled, little quiches, oatmeal with fruit and nuts and seeds, plain yogurt with nuts and seeds or something. Blood sugar is steady, kids don't have those symptoms. So the way to not be obese is to eat only good food and not too much. So I think that rather than accept that what the government gives us for our foods, I think that we should explore changing the supply chain and mostly look and see if we can use local organic farmers and maybe like Aldi's and stuff that have organic food, local fisheries, and have a garden or the equivalent, hydroponics at every school. Have all the kids work in the gardens, working in nature, in soil is healthy for the brain and the body. And studies show that if kids work in growing the vegetables and stuff and preparing them, they're more likely to eat them too. So I think I would have the kids help choose the menus and choose what they want to eat the next day to help the kitchen know what to prepare. Like the hospital gives you a menu of what you're going to eat the next day. We should do that with kids, teach kids why these foods are healthy for them. And if you want your students' brains and bodies to work right, you have to feed them right. And I used to tell my patients, putting the wrong foods into your body is like putting jam in the gas tank of your car and wondering why it doesn't run right. If I got a smidgen of time left, I'll tell you my daughter worked in Battle Creek as a teacher. At 10 a.m. they had a grant to have at 10 a.m. a food cart going around for kids to choose healthy snacks like apples, and that worked really great. So that might be something to think about. So.
Okay, thank you. That is all of our public input. So we'll move on to the consent agenda. We have board minutes from March 4th, 2025. Treasurer's report, general fund and athletic fund bills in the amount of $3.1 million. Cafeteria fund bills in the amount of $84,000. Sinking fund bills in the amount of $2,000 and prior period adjustments at 0. That is the end of the consent agenda.
I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda. I'll second it.
Any questions? Okay,
Rachel?
Yes.
Katie?
Yes.
Sarah?
Yes.
Doug?
Yes.
Lori?
Yes.
Carrie?
Yes.
Jeff Weaver?
yes.
Motion carries 7-0.
All right, we'll move on to new and unfinished business. It is recommended that the board approve the bid proposal for the electronic locks from Grand Valley Automation Incorporated as presented.
I'll make a motion to approve the bid from Grand Valley Automation for the electronic locks.
I'll second it.
Questions on the electronic locks for North Ohio and South Maple?
Rachel?
Yes.
Katie?
Yes.
Sarah?
Yes.
Doug?
Yes.
Lori?
Yes.
Carrie?
Yes.
Jeff Weaver?
Yes.
Motion carries 7-0.
All right, Charter Technology Contract Extension. It is recommended the board approve the Charter Technologies Incorporated Contract July 2025 through June of 2030 as presented.
I will make the motion to approve the Charter Technology Contract Extension as presented.
I'll second.
Questions? Okay,
Rachel?
Yes.
Katie?
Yes.
Sarah?
Yes.
Doug?
Yes.
Lori?
Yes.
Carrie?
Yes.
Jeff?
yes.
Motion carries 7-0.
All right, 2024-2025 Budget Amendment Number 1. It is recommended the board approve the 24-25 Budget Amendment Number 1 resolution as presented.
I'll make a motion to approve the budget amendment number 1.
Second.
Any questions? Okay,
Rachel?
Yes.
Katie?
Yes.
Sarah?
Yes.
Doug?
Yes.
Lori?
Yes.
Carrie?
Yes.
Jeff?
yes.
Motion carries 7-0.
That is the end of new and unfinished business. We have no other public input. We need one more motion.
I will make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second it.
Carrie?
Yes.
Doug?
Yes.
Throwing us off saying
No kidding, yes.
Katie?
Yes.
Jeff?
Yes.
Sarah?
Yes.
Lori?
Yes.
Thank you all for coming.